Hi everyone. Good evening all of you. Audio both are clear all of you, everyone? Right. So we'll be continuing our discussion on this one. So which one you can say? The All-State PSC PYQs of the surveying and plain table survey we'll be discussing if you just observe it. Already we have done some questions on this plain table survey and we'll be continuing our discussion on these other questions you can say, right? This is myself Rajendra Prasad. That is my profile. You can follow me at Twitch, and it is pinned by Unacademy Acad channel. You can just click on this pinned blue color banner and you will be redirected to my profile, and you can follow my community and you can get the regular updates on my classes and everything, right? So daily classes details also will be getting in my community post, you can say. Don't miss these all of you, right? So these are the subjects I'll be taking in Unacademy Plus platform, right? Now there is a price hike going to happen at which one? This is June 8th 11:59 p.m. right? June 8th 11:59 p.m. price hike is going to happen, so don't miss this all of you. So before the price hike is going to happen, subscribe to the Plus and Iconic Plus courses, and whenever you are subscribing to this Plus course, you will be getting this 9 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 18 plus 4, 24 plus 4, right? 9 months subscription if you take 2 months extra, 12 months subscription if you take 3 months extra, 18 months subscription if you take 4 months extra, 24 months subscription if you take 4 months extra, you will be getting here if you just, right? So don't miss this opportunity, all of you. Don't miss this, everyone, right? So you can have this GATE and ESC, right? You can have this GATE and ESC preparation with your lesser financial efforts. That is, if you are unable to pay the full fee at a time, you can go for these easy EMIs, right? Monthly EMIs you can go for, and that too no cost EMI you can go for, okay, right? So there is Iconic subscription will be having this 1:1 live interaction sessions, depending upon the number of monthly 2 sessions will be having, right? Depending upon the duration of your plus course subscription, Iconic course subscription you are taking, that every month you will be having that 2 live interactions sections, you can say. So there you can assess yourself and where you are standing and what are the improvements to be done, right? Like that you can assess yourself in this live interaction, right? And there will be daily scholarship tests also you will be having, right? So in this daily scholarship test, what you will be having if you just observe, so this rank 1 person will be getting 50% scholarship, and like that different persons will be getting which one? This is different scholarships, you can say, right? So within this top 1 percentile, 10 percentile, 90 percentile, right? Like that depending upon your rank in the daily scholarship test, you will be getting the benefits, okay? You can practice for this GATE and ESE with Unacademy PYQs, right? And you can just follow my profile, and in that you click on the community, and you can get the regular updates of my classes and everything, whatever I'll upload there, okay? So these are the new batches starting, all of you. What are these new batches starting, everyone? These new batches are starting for which one? This GATE and ESE Iconic 2023, right? Iconic batches, Iconic subscription, new batches are going to start, all of you. So don't miss this. If you are subscribing to this Plus and Iconic courses, use the referral code RP Civil Live, all of you, okay, right? So these are the GATE 2021 2 toppers, these are ESE 2021 toppers, and this is the difference between this Plus and Iconic subscription. Depending upon your requirement, you can choose any subscription you want, okay, right? Coming to our questions, right? What is that you can say? So we'll be just continuing our questions. If you just observe how many questions we have done, this plain table questions we have started now, and we'll be continuing those questions only. So how many questions we have done? If you just observe it, 391 questions we have done, right? 391 questions we have done, and we'll be continuing with these other questions, because, right? Surveying All-State PSC PYQs part 48 in today, right? The chapter 6 plain table survey. How many questions? 391 questions done now. So this is your 392 question, right? So all of you try to write your answer, all of you, everyone, write your answer. Everyone type your answer there, all of you. Everyone try to answer. Anyone? Right. Anyone? Okay. So should I start discussing this? Right. I'll discuss this. Right. If you are unable to answer, yes. Hi, Lina. Good evening. In plain tabling, failure of a fix occurs. Right. When this failure of a fix is occurring, if you just say that failure of this fix occurs when the plain table is inside the grid circle, when the plain table is inside the outside. Sorry, both are inside only. Na? Yeah. Plain table is out inside the grid circle when the plain table is outside the grid circle, when the plain table is on the grid circle, right? When the plain table is inside the grid circle or outside the grid circle, you can go for, but if it is on the grid circle, what will happen? You can say, so you cannot fix it, right? You cannot fix it, and you cannot even identify how much error is present also, right? So that is why it is better yet, right? It will become indeterminate problem if your plain table is present on the grid circle, right? You have to be careful, right? So now coming to this 393 question, tell me, select the answer of you for this. Select the answer for this 393 question, everyone. Lehman's rules, if you remember all these things, that is a grid circle, na? Write the answer for this 393 question, everyone. Yeah. Okay. Mayur said C. Any other answer by others? Okay. Leena said E and Mayur said C. The accuracy with which the instrumentation can be established in the plane table survey is known as, right? It is not the accuracy, it is the strength of this fix, right? It is the strength of this fix, right? How much strong, right? How much strongly, right? How much correctly you can fix this portion. So that is your how much strongly means a strength of fix means what? What is the meaning of this strength of fix? How accurately you are fixing it, right? How accurately you are fixing, right? That accurate location of this plane table, right? So you can call it as what? A strength of fix, right? Not is the strength of the accuracy, okay? It is a strength of this fix, right? Strength of the fix itself is nothing but your how accurately you are fixing the station. Is not like that. No, 394. There is no accuracy thing for this plane table, na? Yes or no? If it is a normal instrument like level theodolite, we can say that, yes, na? But here we cannot say that strength of accuracy. Select the answer for this, all of you. Mayur said B and Leena said D. What is that? In a plane table survey, the operation which must be carried out is, right? Resection is not the operation. It is just which one? This method. Intersection is also a method. You can say it is not the operation. And radiation is also which one? It is a method. You can say, right? But orientation is what? It is the operation, right? Orienting, which one? Orienting the plane table in the direction, right? Suppose if you are having this small AB line, right? if you are just having this small AB line on this paper, that small AB line is present on this paper, right? What happens then? Whenever this is your particular point A and this is your particular point B, right? What we need to do here, if you just observe, whenever you are placing this, small b must be coinciding with this small capital B, and we have to orient this small a point in the same direction of your capital A. That is the orientation, is your the operation, you can say, right? We have to orient it properly, otherwise what will happen, we will be getting all the wrong details now. So we have to orient it properly, right? So it is not the method asked, it is the operation which we have to do every time, right? So that is the operation, is not. Radiation is a method when you are drawing the radials. It may not be existing always. Resection and intersection also may not be existing always. But this orientation is the operation must be existing, you can say. Is not? So now select the answer, this 395 question. Select the answer of you. 395th question. C. Lena said C. Any other answer by others? The 3-point problem can be solved by drawing rays from the stations whose positions are right. Drawing rays from the stations whose positions are right. By means of which one? Tracing paper, Bessel's method, Lehmann's method, all these methods, if you just observe, right? What are these three methods you are having? Bessel's method, or you can also call it as your graphical method, right? We can use this Bessel's method or this graphical method. Tracing paper method, right? That a tracing paper method, or you can also call it as this mechanical method. All these are the solutions for this 3-point problem. Na? Lehmann's method, right? Lehmann's method. These three are which one? Based on the Lehmann's rules, we will be identifying that, right? So in whatever the way you wanted to solve this 3-point problem, you can solve it if you just observe, right? Yeah. Why? You just check it. Now select the answer for this 396 question, everyone. This you should be answering correctly. There should not be any mistake in this, because this is easy question only now. The basic principle of this plane tabling, right? 396 question. Yes, right. This orientation is what? It is just an operation. Na? Orientation is just an operation. And what is that? Leveling is also just an operation. Na? And what is that 3-point? You can say 3-point is just a method, you can say. And what is that? It is the principle, if you just observe, right? What is that? Parallelism principle, right? Principle, parallelism, based on the parallelism principle, it is based, you can say. What is the meaning of this parallelism principle, if you just observe? Suppose if you have, this is your particular point A, this is your particular point A, that is your particular point B, and this is your particular point C, and this is your particular point D, and what is that? You can say, if you just observe, this is what you are having, right? ABCD, right? Whenever you are considering this plane table, na, so in this, what are these points? You can say this is your small a, and this is your small b, and this is your small c, and this is your small d, and this is your a, right? So this, whatever the line, small AB line on the map must be parallel to this capital AB in the field. This is small BC line on the map must be parallel to the ground line capital BC. The small CD line on the map must be parallel to which one? This CD. That DA line must be parallel to this AD on the ground, you can say, right? So then only our orientation and everything, right? So what you are doing, this is citing and a drawing, both will be done at a time. Na? You need not go to the office, right? Citing and a drawing, both will be completed whenever this parallelism conditions are maintained, right? If you do not maintain this parallelism, there is no use of this plane table survey. Yes, na? Now select the answer for this 397. Already this question is over. When the station is near the great circle, right? Within the great circle, no. Outside the great circle, no. When the station is on the great circle, then this poor fixing of this table, right? You cannot fix the table, right? You cannot identify the table, right? You cannot identify the error because on this all the three lines will be meeting. So therefore you can you will feel that, right? You will feel that there is no error at this point. Listen, what you are doing actually in the 3-point problem, this is your capital A, this is your capital B, this is your capital C you are having. From all the three we have to draw these lines now, and whenever it is on the grid circle, any point on the grid circle, all the three rays will be meeting. Then you will understand this error of this triangle will be 0. You will feel that, right? But actually there will be error. Even though error, you cannot identify that error when that is on the grid circle, right? Okay, you have to be careful. What is a grid circle? It is a circle which is having these 3 points on the perimeter, right? Circle which is formed by these 3 points on the perimeter, right? That is your grid circle, right? Select the answer for this 398 question, everyone. Alright, these methods I have explained in the previous class. You must be answering this question correctly, right? I have explained this in the previous class, everyone. 398th question. These methods I have explained, right? Just the definition is given and you are asked to identify which method it is, okay? You must be careful. Mayur said B. Any other answer by others, all of you? Another answer by others, all of you? Right. So what is that you can say if you just observe this? An object is situated on the other side of a river and the accessible from plane table can be located by, right? And inaccessible, plotting of an inaccessible point on the plane table is done by, right? So what is that you can say? Radiation, right? In case of this radiation, right? In case of this radiation, what is that you can say, right? In case of this radiation, what is that? These are the points A, B, C, D, E. I think I'll just go back to that slide which I have explained in the previous class. I'll just explain from that only. It is better instead of writing everything. So what is that radiation method? This is your radiation method. Now first this one, top right. What is that you are doing? So you'll be just keeping your plane table here and you are measuring this OA distance, and parallel to this OA you just draw a line using validate, and that OA distance you are measuring with the tape and chain and convert that into which one? And convert that into the scale and mark it on this map. And draw a line, and by keeping the same location, draw a line from this O to B in the direction of this OB and measure this O capital B and convert that into scale and write this O small b, right? Identify this small b point, right? So O to C, right? It is accessible now. That is your radiation method, right? Intersection method means suppose that point P, we are not going to that point P, we are just staying at A and we are just staying at B, right? So what you are doing? So A, B are there on the map, but point P is not there on the map, which we are not going to. Okay. So here this is the situation applicable, right? So on the other side of this river, that point is present, which is not accessible. So you need not go to that point P, which is on the other side of this river, but you can do what? But you can get the location of that in the map. You can say, right? How can you get it? You just observe. Keep it on this A and orient it towards this B and draw a line, this green color line. By keeping the plane table, right? And keep this small b on this capital B and draw a line towards this A and draw a line which one? This towards this P, and intersection of this green color and red color will be the point P, you can say, right? Now the same situation is applicable here now. If you just observe, is not the same situation applicable here? Object is situated on the other side of this river, right? Let us say this is your river. If you just observe, that is your particular object P, but it is not visible, right? It is not accessible. It is visible but not accessible. Inaccessible and inaccessible, you can say, right? Inaccessible means what? Not accessible from the plane table station, right? So you just take this point as A, you just take this point as B. So what you do here, all of you? What you do it here, all of you? If you just observe, right? This is your small A and this is your small b. You orient in this direction and draw a line parallel to this OP, okay? And place the same plane table here, right? Already this is there now. A is there and this line is there, right? This is small b, try to coincide with this capital B and try to look at this P and mark a line, right? So this intersection of these two will be that point P na, like that you are getting if you just observe, right? Is that clear? So whenever the point is visible but not accessible, right, we cannot place our chain or tape there, then you have to go for this intersection method, you can say, is na, right? So select the answer for this 399 question, everyone. Last but one question. Select the answer for this, all of you. Trial and error is nothing but your Lehman's method, okay? Trial and error is nothing but your Lehman's method, you can say. Select the answer of you for this question. The quick and most accurate method to solve the 3-point problem is the resection type of plane tabling is which one? Trial and error method or this Lehman's method, right? Instead of this tracing point and graphical method, this trial and error method will be quick and based on the Lehman's rules, right? If you follow some 8 Lehman's rules are there, if you just follow this 8 Lehman's rules, what you can do? You can get the point easily, right? You can get the point easily, right? Like that. Is that clear? 2 years gap of career. No, it is not high rate. There are 4 years gap, there are 6 years gap maintaining people also will be there. No problem, you can justify it, no need to worry, right? You can justify it aspirant, no need to worry, right? Because there are many people are having a gap more than which one, this is 3 years, 4 years, 5 years also, right? So no need to worry about it, okay? Right. What is that next question, last question you can say, all of you? Select the answer for this. So this is the last question for today. After this we'll close it, okay? Write your option, all of you. While surveying a plot of land by method of this plane table, the field observations and what is it? It is field observations and the plotting process done simultaneously. Yes, na? Plotting and do not proceed simultaneously, right? So can we do not do plotting and this observation, right? Observation plus which right? Observation plus this plotting means drawing. Both we are doing at a time, na? Both we are doing at a time or not? Yes, what we'll do, let us say this is your particular point A you are having and this is your plane table, right? This is your O point and we'll be just placing this alligator here, observing, and we will be drawing a line here like that, right? Observation and plotting both we are doing at a time, na? Yes or no? That is the advantage of your plane table surveying, right? Field observations and plotting do not proceed simultaneously. So option A and option B, how they can be same? Option A and option B are not same, na? Lina, you have to be careful, right? Then how all will be correct? Observations are recorded in the field book to be plotted later. Do you need to plot it later? Do you need to create the drawing later in the office, or you will be creating the drawing in the field itself? You will be creating the drawing in the field itself, right? You need not go to the office and for creation of this drawing, right? You have to be careful, right? Like that. Is it clear, all of you? So be careful and go for this, right? Yes, na? Right. So which one? Observing and drawing with the help of a alligator, both we are doing at a time, right? Like that. So tomorrow there will be a session, right? Tomorrow we'll be having a session. Tomorrow is also there, but on the 9th day after tomorrow we'll be having on this plane table. But tomorrow there will be a session at 4:30 p.m. What you are having in that, if you just observe, I will be explaining which subjects to study in which order, right? which subjects to study in which order. I'll be explaining them, so don't miss them, all of you. Don't miss the tomorrow session for GATE and ESE aspirants especially. Okay, thank you all of you.